Hey everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Now, before I get much into this, I wanted to let you know if the sound is a little different this time, it's because I am doing a voiceover using my computer. I usually use a microphone, but I didn't have a chance to do the voiceover for this video before I left to go see my daughter. And surprisingly, I've never done a voiceover with my computer before, and my daughter kind of had to show me how to do it. Crazy as that is. So I am, doing the best that I can, with it. So I know that the volume is going to be a little off. So about this page, it is a scrapbook layout that I did as a challenge with the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party that we have for the month of February. And the challenge was to use a newer technique. It's where you take some rectangles or squares and you put them down, you layer them. I don't know how to describe it. I just saw a picture of it and I thought, well, I could probably do that. So I thought, well, what papers am I going to use? I have so many. But I saw my friend Dolly Boyd. She had pulled out her Flourish collection, and I thought, oh, I haven't used that in a while. So I pulled it out. I not only got the special kit that was made by the scrapbook.com, but I also got just the regular kit. So I had lots of the Flourish collection. So I wanted to use the scraps up. I cut them all different sizes, different heights. And so now I'm going to just try to layer it and make some sort of pattern. Now, if I had thought more about this, I probably would have only chosen one or two colors to focus on. But I just went with all the, samples that I had left over, the scraps. So that blue is a little off and I end up using it, but it is not, there's not anything anywhere else, that has that color blue. So it was really rather odd. So I had to be very careful about placement of everything. I wanted to have, the colors in three places at least. I tried anyway. But once I got this all put together, to me, it looked like a grandmother's patchwork quilt. It is very, from this angle, from watching it being put together, it definitely doesn't look like it has any rhyme or reason. But when I would put it together, I guess because of the dimension, it really seemed to go well. So just bear with me as I put this all together. So you can see I only have one piece of that dark blue. I'm thinking, oh, should I put another dark piece there? Because I know I need to have at least two pieces. So there we go. I'm going to put it up there. So at least I've got two pieces and I end up getting a third one up by the photo. Now the photo that I'm using, because there is so much color here, I needed to have a very neutral looking photo, but I didn't want it to be in black and white. So it's a picture of the twins and it's a pretty neutral paper, and even their facial expressions are on the neutral side. And it's very sweet, them hugging each other. So it was appropriate for this style of layout that I've done, and even for the title that I'm choosing, because I pulled out everything that I had for the Flourish collection, and I found a piece of I guess the biggest piece of vellum, paper that I had that they even had. I'm using that as my title. So as I'm finishing this up, gluing everything down, um, I'm gonna end up putting some foam tape underneath some of those to give it some elevation so it's not all completely flat. So just, as you can see here, I'm just trimming everything off and using that wonderful 12-inch guillotine trimmer that I got from Tonic. I love that. I highly recommend it. I think it's great. So here goes the foam tape, but you can't really see the dimension at this angle. And I'm going to end up curling a couple of the papers kind of up a little bit to give it a little bit more texture. And then I'm running my thumb along the edge and adding even more texture. It needed something, and it probably still needs something. So I may go back and draw lines around each one of those squares, like stitching lines or just black lines around the square, because I'm not really happy looking at it now, but I was pretty happy with it when I made it. So this is actually some washi paper. It was something that I got in my kit whenever I got it from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club last year, and it has gold in it. And that was the last piece that I had. I wanted to get it all used up. Yay, it's done. I can finally throw that away. I love using up things. I know how you guys must feel too. It's great using up things. So here's my photo. It's pretty neutral, not a lot going on. Their faces are pretty melancholy. And here is that huge, look at that. Love makes everything grow. And it has that fern or some leaves, but I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to trim that off. And then I'm going to be looking for some more embellishments because I want to put it on the right side of the photo. And I kind of, interview different pieces. Now, I love that little bunny in the oval. I thought that was super, super cute. Using the frames, I'm just kind of going through everything that I can. There's a lot of tags. There's a lot of big items, big embellishments in this kit, that came with the Flourish collection. I'm trying to choose which is best. I end up sticking with the bunny. I don't even remember what that other piece was. I think it was a floral. I don't really remember. So here's another piece of the blue because I know I needed another color, another place for your eyes to rest on the blue. So it's going to end up going here on the right side. And that vellum piece that I put underneath is kind of a rose gold on vellum, and that's going to stay where it is. Now, sometimes I would just trim off part of this frame because I hate to cover up things, but I'm telling you, I have so much stuff. I don't want to keep it. I want to just go ahead and use it up. I'm not going to miss it. So just go ahead and put the whole thing down. Now, if I was going to use the other half on this layout, I would have cut it. I would have trimmed it, but I didn't do that. So I already kind of roughed up the edge with my thumb on that blue piece. Kind of messing with it some more. Add a little bit more texture. Putting everything in place. You know me, I don't really care if it's crooked. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm just eyeballing this. I'm sure it's not completely even, but that's okay. That is a-okay. And when I put this vellum down, I'm only adding the glue where the writing is. So you hopefully won't be able to see the glue on the vellum side. It'll be where the dark is. And I do add some sequins to this. So here I am just adding a little bit of texture to the bottom edge. You can't really see it here, but it does. It softens that edge. I've already put some foam pieces, underneath some of them. Yeah, I knew it needed a little something. And at this point, I think it still does. So when you see my still shots at the end, they won't have the black lines around it because I think I'm going to go back and do that. Now, this is the little container that I have most of my wooden wood veneer in. And I was looking for some butterflies. Now, most of my butterflies are in the little container that I have labeled butterflies. But I didn't want that meant that I had to get up and go out of my room to go get it. And I didn't want to do that. This is right in my Rascog right next to me. And that way I didn't even have to get up. So I'm using these beautiful sequins, using those huge iridescent ones. You'll be able to see those in the close-up. Now I use the Distress Collage Medium to glue those down. And I do use the the Distress Collage medium to glue the butterflies down as well. I normally just use, the little Zots adhesive, or I may even use the glue, the wet glue that's in my fine line bottle. But this time I did use, the Distress Collage medium, and I know for sure those will not come off. Now I didn't mention that the gold background that is like the foundation for this was actually from the Flourish collection. All right, guys, here it is at the end. The close-ups are coming up. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a message if you like. I try to respond to everyone. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.